ሰላም ውድ የቻናላችን ተከታታዮች፣ በዛሬው ዕለት የ12ኛ ክፍል ቴርሞዳይናሚክስን ይዤላችሁ ቀርቤያለሁ። ከዛ ፊት ቪዲዮአችንን ላይክ፣ ሼር እንዲሁም ሰብስክራይብ እንድታደርጉ በአክብሮት እንጠይቃለን። ወደ ቶፒካችን ቴርሞዳይናሚክስ ኢንትሮዳክሽን። As introduction, thermodynamics is a science that relate the concept of heat and temperature. In your previous lesson, you are discussing about heat, temperature in detail in your grade, especially in grade 9 8.4, and in your grade 9 lesson you are discussing about heat and temperature. As a revision for today, what is temperature? Temperature in your elementary lesson you are define it as the degree measure of hotness or coldness of a body. For example, if we take three conditions, one contain cold water, and the second one warm water, the third one hot water. Immediately right hand in a cold water, right hand, and our left hand in a hot water. Immediately out from both hands and immerse into a warm water. So from this activity, what do you feel? From this observation, we observe that the hand in a cold water feels hot, and hand in a hot water feels cold. From this, the condition not changed, but the hand from cold water says hot, but from hot it says cold. So from this, by feeling we cannot tell hotness or coldness of a body. So we should have to measure it, the degree measure of hotness or coldness of a body, which is temperature. We should have to measure it, the degree measure of hotness or coldness of a body is temperature. Again, temperature is one of the fundamental unit. These are length, mass, time, temperature, luminous intensity, electric current, and small amount. And the device used to measure temperature, temperature is thermometer. Thermometer is a device to measure temperature. And the unit of temperature, the unit of temperature is degree. And there are three scales. There are three scales of temperature. These are the first one, Celsius scale. Second, Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit scale. And the third one, Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale. From these three units, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Now let's change from Celsius scale to Fahrenheit scale. Also, we can change from one scale to another. To change from one scale to another scale, we need to define two terms. These are the upper fixed point and lower fixed point. Let's define it. Upper fixed point, or it is the steam point. The steam point. And the upper fixed point for a Celsius scale, it is 100 degrees Celsius. For a Fahrenheit scale, 212 degree Fahrenheit. And for a Kelvin scale, it is 373 Kelvin. This is the upper fixed point. And the second one, lower fixed point. A lower fixed point, or it is the ice point, and it's defined as, for a Celsius scale, 0 degrees Celsius. For a Fahrenheit scale, it is 32 degree Fahrenheit. And for a Kelvin scale, 273 Kelvin. So to change from one scale to another scale, we should have these 2 pointers, upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. So to calibrate a thermometer, we take a glass, let's take 3 scales. The first one, a Celsius scale. The second one, Fahrenheit scale. And the third one, let it be X scale. We need to have 2 pointers. Upper fixed point for a Celsius scale, it is 100 degrees Celsius. For a Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius. For a Fahrenheit scale, upper 212 and the lower, which is 32. And we may have the third scale, which is X scale. So to change from one scale to another, for example, reading in Celsius, what is the corresponding value in Fahrenheit scale? So we use interval. this interval reading in Celsius minus lower reading in Celsius minus lower fixed point divided by upper minus lower upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. This is equal to reading in Fahrenheit minus lower reading in Fahrenheit minus lower fixed point over upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. Now substitute reading in Celsius minus lower fixed point in Celsius scale, which is 0, over upper 100 minus lower 0. This equals to reading in Fahrenheit minus lower fixed point in Fahrenheit scale 32 over upper 212 minus 32. Reading in Celsius minus 0, which is reading in Celsius, over 100. This equals to reading in Fahrenheit minus 32 over 212 minus 32, which is 180. In this case, in a Fahrenheit scale, the interval between the upper and the lower, which is 180. In a Celsius scale, the interval between the upper and the lower, which is equal to 100. Now 0 cancel 0, cross multiplication እዚህ ጋር ብንወስደው 18 times reading in Celsius equals 10 into reading in Fahrenheit minus 32 over 18 over 18 cancel, then reading in Celsius equals 5 over 9 into reading in Fahrenheit minus 32. This is used to change from a Fahrenheit scale to a Celsius scale. And from Celsius scale to Fahrenheit scale, again we are using this interval 18 degrees Celsius equals 10 into degree Fahrenheit minus 32, which is distribute 10 into the bracket 18 degrees Celsius equals 10 degree Fahrenheit minus 320. Now shift minus 320 to the left, then it becomes 18 degrees Celsius plus 320 equals 10 degree Fahrenheit. Divide both sides by 10, then 10 by 10, reading in Fahrenheit equals 9 over 5 degrees Celsius plus 32, because 0 cancel 0, it is 9 over 5 degrees Celsius plus 32. This is used to change from a Celsius scale to a Fahrenheit scale. Also the first one, from Fahrenheit scale to Celsius scale, we are using this equation. From a Kelvin scale to Celsius, or from Kelvin to Celsius scale, again reading in Celsius plus 273 equals reading in Kelvin. Now let's see example A, 37 degrees Celsius, which is normal body temperature, changing to degree Fahrenheit. B, room temperature 20 degrees Celsius, change to Kelvin scale. C, minus 40 degrees Celsius is how much Kelvin? This left for you as an exercise, because easily substitution. Another example 2, Now let's see the second example. On unknown scale x, unknown scale x, let it be x scale, the ice point here, temperature is 50 degree x, 50 degree x, and the steam point temperature is 200 degree x, steam point 200 degree x. If the temperature is 60 degrees Celsius, then what is the reading in x scale, or what is the corresponding value of x? This is 2009 entrance exam question. A 90 degree x, B 140 degree x, C 15 degree x, D 33 degree x. Solution. As we have discussed before, we take interval reading in Celsius minus lower fixed point over the upper fixed point, which is 100 in Celsius scale, minus lower fixed point, which is 0. This equals to reading in x minus lower fixed point in x scale divided by upper, which is 200, minus lower 50 degree x, 50 degree x. Reading in Celsius, which is 60 degrees Celsius, we need to find the corresponding value in x scale, minus lower fixed point divided by 100 equals reading in x minus lower in x scale 50 over 200 minus 50, which is 150. 0 cancel 0. Then reading in Celsius, which is 60, no, reading in Celsius 60 minus 0, which is 0, over 10 equals reading in x minus 50 divided by 1515. 0 cancel 0, crisscross. When we multiply it, 6 times 50, 90 equals reading in x minus 50. Then reading in x equals 90 plus, because shift to the left, it becomes plus, then 140 degree x. Therefore, the corresponding value in x scale is 140. Then choice B is our answer. This is the end for today. ቪዲዮአችንን ላይክ፣ ሼር እንዲሁም ሰብስክራይብ ማድረግ አትርሱ። በሚቀጥለው ቶፒክ እስከምንገናኝ ድረስ ደህና ሁኑ።